Traders, put your big boy pants on right now and stop being afraid to take risk. When you first look at Bitcoin, it feels like price could go much lower from here. Daily and 4-hour charts are carving trend lines. Liquidity is sitting underneath, and that familiar doubt starts to set in. But here's the thing. Once you zoom out and assemble the pieces of the puzzle, the entire move starts to make sense. Because while short-term fear is proliferating, the higher time frame structure is still doing exactly what strong markets do. Let me show you why. Let's go! But before we get into the charts, you need to understand what institutions are seeing right now. First, Citi just put out a projection saying Bitcoin could reach 189,000 within the next 12 months. That's not your community of experts on Twitter. That's a $2.6 trillion bank, Mr. Powers. Okay, pause. Let's get into the cocktail finance rant, shall we? Who was the analyst that put that out? Michael Saylor, by any chance? Let me just give you a little perspective on items like this. These forecasts, think of them as, you take them with a grain of salt because there is no way you can accurately forecast where a market will be a year from now. I don't care how many trillions of dollars your bank is worth. If they were so accurate with their forecasting, how come they failed to put out a report when Bitcoin was 126,000 saying, we're likely to see a pullback to 80K in the next few months when Bitcoin was pushing those highs? So come on, really, people. Can Bitcoin reach 189,000 in a year? Anything is possible, okay? Anything is possible. But don't get carried away with items like this. Just saying. Second, strategy. Michael Saylor's Bitcoin treasury company, is now generating more daily volume than Walmart. Let that sink in. My Bitcoin-focused balance sheet company is seeing more action than one of the biggest retail brands on the planet. What's in your wallet, punk? And it doesn't stop there. Japanese Bitcoin treasury company Metaplanet, Hamadaya, just offered new ADRs now available through Deutsche Bank Trust Company Americas under the ticker MPJPY. This isn't retail speculation anymore. This is global capital infrastructure forming around Bitcoin. So when price pauses, institutions aren't pooping their pants. They're positioning, people. Now, let's zoom out to the monthly chart, shall we? Bitcoin is still in a clear uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows, as illustrated right here by this, right? Higher low, followed by higher high, higher low, higher high. You get the idea. That's the definition of a bullish trend. Look at the price structure on Bitcoin right now. Higher low, right? Followed by higher high, followed by higher low, followed by higher high. This is the 126 high, followed by higher low, where we are now, right? So this, theoretically, if this structure stays intact, we should be seeing a higher high in the near future. So the point is, people, if you're going to get involved in Bitcoin or an altcoin or whatever, this is the time to consider taking risk. Yes, if things change and support breaks, then we'll have a new situation on our hands. Yes, we have to be open to that possibility. But if you're going to take risk, this is the place to do it compared to buying it when it gets back up to here, if it can get back up there. Because the people that are buying it now will have the option to unload it onto you, right? They can offset their risk onto you when you decide to buy it when it looks good. You have to buy it when it doesn't look good. On the weekly time frame, we are consolidating. Check it out. We've got weekly demand below, weekly supply above, price compressing in between. This is the market processing the gains. Strong trends pause before they expand again. Now, the daily chart is where people really get thrown off. Yes, we're building liquidity below. Yes, the trend line is obvious, like Captain Obvious. But at the same time, price is sitting right on daily support. You can see that right here. It is crystal clear. Look at that. That's not weakness. That's structure doing its job. Markets love to confuse people before they move. On the 4-hour, this tightens up even more. Liquidity below, resistance above. support maintaining. This is a compression zone, and compression always resolves. It's important to recognize potential on both sides. If an inflection point is broken, then that's a form of confirmation. If it fails to break, then you can see the retrace back into the previous support level. Again, it's always important to keep both sides in mind. That's why we show two scenarios, not just one. And here's the confirmation. Bitcoin on the 2-hour time frame is bullish. What a surprise. It's not like I haven't been saying it on every single video. We're maintaining a clean demand zone. Structure is intact. And most importantly, buy-side liquidity is sitting above price. Markets move toward liquidity. And right now, that pull is higher. Also, in my previous video, I specifically talked about this pattern right here. We talked about the failed low configuration. We talked about the importance of this demand zone and the high likelihood that it was going to squeeze. And by the way, that was before the squeeze. So if you want to check that out and see for yourself, I encourage you to go do that. It's the previous video. Do it. Do it now. Do it. So here's the full picture. Monthly uptrend intact. Weekly healthy consolidation. Daily and 4-hour liquidity developing, support maintaining. 2-hour bullish structure poised to break higher levels. Meanwhile, banks, funds, and global institutions are multiplying their Bitcoin exposure. This isn't weakness. This is preparation, people. By the way, if you want to trade these levels yourself, I've left my exchange links below. BTCC and WeX. Use them if they help. They support the channel and give you access to the same tools. And thanks to your support, I can yell at you some more. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a hot girl if you know one. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. There are no hot girls in this business. It's a sausage party! Strong markets don't move in straight lines. They shake people out first. Stay patient, respect the structure, and don't let short-term noise blind you from the long-term potential. I'll see you in the next one.